radian. Okay, my children. Right. Now observe these four diagrams, my dear children. See the first diagram. Let us discuss about the first diagram. This is a unit circle. Unit circle means radius of this circle is 1 unit. So OA is a radius and OB is also radius, 1 unit. Okay, my children. Now arc AB, the length of the arc ABA is also 1 unit. Length of the arc AB is also 1 unit. So this arc is subtending some amount of angle. This arc AB is subtending some amount of angle at the center of the circle. This amount of angle is said to be 1 radian. And here direction of the rotation is anti-clockwise direction. So we measure it as a positive. Understood these points, my dear children? Here, length of the radius is 1 unit, and length of the arc AB is also 1 unit. This arc AB is subtending some amount of angle at the center of the circle. This amount of angle is said to be 1 radian, and the direction of the rotation is anti-clockwise direction. So we measure this angle as 1 radian. So come to the second diagram. Here also the same amount of angle, same length of radius 1 unit. Here also 1 unit. Length of the arc AB also 1 unit, and observe this one, direction of the rotation. If you observe the direction of the rotation, it is clockwise, from a clockwise direction. So we measure this amount of angle as negative. So -1 radian here, and here also amount of angle is the same, but direction is different. Understood these two diagrams, my dear children? Right. Now the third diagram. In this diagram also, radius of the circle is 1 unit. That is, this is also a unit circle, but length of the arc is 1.5 units. What is the length of the arc AB here? 1.5 units. Then this arc AB is subtending some amount of angle at the center of the circle O. This amount of angle is said to be 1.5 radians. What is the amount of angle here? 1.5 radians. And if you observe the direction of rotation, anti-clockwise direction. So we measure it as a positive angle. So 1.5 radian. Now come to the fourth diagram. Here amount of rotation is 1.5 radians only, but we observe the direction of rotation. The direction of rotation is clockwise direction. So we measure this angle as negative. So the angle is here -1.5 radians. Understood the points, my dear children? Right. The above figures 1, 2, 3, and 4 show the angles whose measures are 1 radian, -1 radian, 1.5 radian, and -1.5 radians respectively. Understood this point, my dear children? Right. We know that the circumference of a circle of radius 1 unit is 2 pi. This is the circumference of a circle of radius 1 unit. Thus, one complete revolution of the initial side subtends an angle of 2 pi radians. Understood this point, my dear children? Right. More generally, in a circle of radius r, an arc of length r will subtend an angle of 1 radian. Okay, my dear children. In the previous figures, we have taken 1 unit. We did not mention how many centimeters. One, it may be 10 centimeters or 20 centimeters. 1 unit can be taken. Okay, my children. If you take radius 1 unit, 1 unit is equal to 10 centimeters. then length of the arc also should be 10 centimeters, like this. So if the radius is r centimeters, then arc of the length also r centimeters. Then that arc subtend an angle of 1 radian at the center of the circle. Understood this point, my dear children? It is well known that equal arcs of a circle subtend equal angles at the center of the circle. This is a theorem you have already studied in the 9th and 10th classes. Equal arcs of a circle subtend equal angles at the center of the circle. Since in a circle of radius r, an arc of length r subtends an angle whose measure is 1 radian, an arc of length L will subtend an angle whose measure is L by R radian. Thus, if in a circle of radius R, an arc of length L subtends an angle theta radians at the center, we have theta is equal to L by R, or L is equal to R theta. Remember these equations, my dear children. These are the relations between radius of the circle, length of an arc of the circle, and the angle subtended by the arc of the circle at the center of the circle. Understood, my dear children? Right. Now come to the fourth point, relation between radian and real numbers. Here we are going to discuss between the relation between radian and real numbers. Observe this figure. This is a unit circle. Radius of this circle is 1 unit. Okay, my children. And here a tangent is drawn at the point A. OA is a radius. At this point A, we have drawn a tangent PAQ. Okay, my children. Consider the unit circle with the center O. We have considered a unit circle with the center O. Let A be any point on the circle. Here A be any point on the circle. Consider OA as initial side of an angle. We consider this is the initial side of an angle. Then the length of an arc of the circle will give the radian measure of the angle which the arc will subtend at the center of the scale. Okay, my children. Consider a line PAQ which is tangent to the circle at A. This is a tangent to the circle at A. PAQ. It is this line is a tangent to the circle. Let the point A represents the real number 0. AP represents positive real numbers and AQ represents negative real numbers. Okay, my children. If we rub the line AP in the anti-clockwise direction along the circle and AQ in the clockwise direction, then every real number will correspond to a radian measure and conversely. Thus, radian measures and real numbers can be considered as one and the same. Okay, my children, this is a relation between radian measures and real numbers. Now come to the fifth point, my children. That is relation between degree and radian. Okay, my children. Here we are going to discuss the relation between degree and radian measures. Since a circle subtends at the center an angle whose radian measure is 2 pi and its degree measure is 360 degrees, it follows that 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. This is the important relation between radian measure and degree measure, my dear children. Remember this well. Okay, my dear children. Or pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. The above relation enables us to express a radian measure in terms of degree measure and a degree measure in terms of radian measure. Okay, my children, with the help of this relation between radian measure and degree measure, we can convert radian measure into degree measures and we convert degree measures into radian measures of given angle. Okay, my children, right. Using approximate value of pi as 22 by 7, we have 1 radian is equal to 180 degrees by pi, that is equal to 57 degrees 16 minutes approximately. Okay, children, this 1 radian is equal to 57 degrees 16 minutes approximately. Remember this, you, my dear children. Also, 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. That is equal to 0.01746 radian approximately. So, 1 degree is equal to 0.01746 radians. Okay, my dear children. The relation between degree measures and radian measures of some common angles are given in the following table. Throughout this chapter, throughout this trigonometric functions chapter, you should remember the relation between degree measures and radian measures. 30 degrees is equal to pi by 6 radians. 45 degrees is equal to pi by 4 radians. 60 degrees is equal to pi by 3 radians. 90 degrees is equal to pi by 2 radians. 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. 270 degrees is equal to 3 pi by 2 radians. 360 degrees is equal to radians. Remember this table, my dear children, throughout this trigonometric functions. Okay, my dear children, right. Now come to the last point, that is the sixth point, notational convention. Okay, my dear children, since angles are measured either in degrees or radians, we adopt the convention that whenever we write an angle theta degrees, we mean the angle whose degree measure is theta. And whenever we write an angle beta, we mean the angle whose radian measures is beta. Okay, my children. Note that when an angle is expressed in radians, the word radian is frequently omitted. We don't use the word radian. That pi is equal to 180 degrees means pi radians is equal to 180 degrees. Observe here, my dear children, we write the word radian. Similarly, pi by 4 radians is equal to 45 degrees. Have you observed here also? My dear children, we did not write the word radian. Pi by 4 means pi by 4 radians only. Okay, my dear children, are written with the understanding pi and pi by 4 are radian measures. Thus, we can say that radian measure is equal to pi by 180 into degree measure, and degree measure is equal to T by pi into radian measure. Remember these 2 points, my dear children. These are very useful to convert an angle which are given in the radian measure into degree measure, and if you want to convert an angle in the degree measure into radian measure, these two are very, very important points. Okay, my dear children, right. Okay, my dear children, these are the points or steps of the first exercise 3.1, radian measure and degree measure. The relationship between radian measure and degree measure. Okay, there are only two measurements of angles. One is degree measure and the second one is radian measure. On the whole, you have to remember that radians is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, from that equation you can find 1 radian in terms of degrees and 1 degree in terms of radians. Okay, my dear children. Disha Priya, Ria, Mahima, Nikhil, Vinisha, Catherine, Benjamin, Jules, Samuel, Rexlin, Richard, yes. Yes. I will post this video in the classroom also. Don't worry. Again, I will post the video in the classroom. Then prepare the classwork notes by yourself. Okay. You have to prepare the classwork notes by yourself. Actually, preparing notes by students, it doesn't mean just copying the classwork notes which was posted by the teacher. You have to prepare yourself. You have to improve that skills. Okay, at the beginning it may be difficult. It may be difficult for preparing a classwork notes by yourself, just by watching the video or just by attending the class, just by listening the class. It is difficult at the beginning, but inculcate the habit of preparing the classwork notes by yourself. And many of the students are not reading the textbook. It is a main resource for a student as well as for a teacher. Most of the students are neglecting the textbook. Please read the textbook also thoroughly and completely. Okay, textbook, each and every line of the textbook, and practice exams as well as miscellaneous examples. In the morning also I told this point, miscellaneous exercise. Okay, every question should be practiced well. Right, children? Now I'm presenting the sums exercise. Okay, the 3.1 exercise. I'm presenting the video. All of you watch the video carefully, my children. 1, 2, 3 solutions will be explained in this video. All of you watch this video also carefully and completely, my children. Hello, my dear children. Welcome to the mathematics class. Yesterday we have discussed the points or concepts for the exercise 3.1 in the trigonometric functions chapter. In the exercise 3.1 we have discussed concepts of this exercise 3.1. I hope you have learned well the concepts. Have you learnt well, my dear children? Right. Now, are you ready to listen the class, my dear children? Right. Now, today we are going to discuss the sums in the exercise 3.1. See page number 54. Page number 54. Question number 1. In this question, there are different sums are there. We have to write, we have to convert the angles which were given in the degree measure. We have to convert them into radian measure. See the question, find the radian measure corresponding to the degree measure 25 degrees. An angle is given in the degree measure. We have to convert this angle into radian measure. Yesterday we have discussed how to find what is the formula to convert an angle which was given in the degree measure to a radian measure. Okay, my children. Right. Come. Okay, my dear children. So we are using that formula here. We are using that formula here to convert. All of you open the textbook at page number 54. All of you open your textbook at page number 54 and watch this video also simultaneously. Watch this video also, my dear children. Okay. Come to the solution part. Given degree measure of the angle is 25 degrees. Now come to the radian measure. What is the formula? Radian measure is equal to pi by 180 into degree measure. You have to remember this formula, my children. Yesterday also I told you. Okay, my children. That is equal to pi by 180 into what is the degree measure here? 25. No need to write here degree. Degree symbol is no needed. Just to write the numerical value, that is 25 one. Then by simplifying these two numbers, we get in the numerator 5 pi, by in the denominator 6 radians. So the radian measure of this angle is 5 pi by 36 radians. Understood, my dear children? Right. Understood this question number 1, my dear children? How to convert an angle in the degree measure into a radian measure? Understood this? You have to remember that formula. You have to remember that formula. Radian measure is equal to pi by 180 into degree measure. That formula should be learnt well. Okay. Now come to the question number 2. Second part of this question number 1. Part 2 of question number 1. Please watch this also. Now come to the second question in this Roman number 1. This Roman number 1, second question. Find the radian measure corresponding to the degree measure minus 47 degrees 30 minutes. The angle here minus 47 degrees 30 minutes. We have to convert this angle in the radian measure. Okay, my children, understood the question? Right. So come to the solution part. Given degree measure is equal to minus 47 degrees 30 minutes. Okay, my children. Now we don't go to directly the formula. Before going to write the formula and before going to convert it into the radian measure, we should convert this entire angle into degrees. We have to take this precaution. Okay, my children, we should be very careful because here the angle is given in the degrees and minutes also. So we should convert this entire angle into degrees. Okay, my children, right. That is equal to minus, we wrote 47 degrees plus 30 minutes. 47 degrees plus 30 minutes. That is equal to, understood this step, my children? Right. That is equal to minus of 47 degrees plus, here we converted this minutes into degrees, 30 by 60 degrees, because 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 degrees. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. That is equal to minus of 47 degrees plus, by simplifying these two numbers, what will you get here? 1 by 2 degrees. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. This implies minus of, by taking LCM here, 2 is the LCM for the denominators. If you take LCM, 2 is the LCM for the denominators. Then in the numerator, what will you get here? 94 plus 1. Understood this numerator part, my dear children? Right. Whole degrees. Here we convert to, this is also in degrees and this is also in degrees. So the entire number is also in the degrees. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. That is equal to minus, what will you get in the numerator? 94 plus 1, 95 by 2 degrees. So here we converted the given angle, the entire angle, into degrees. After that only we go to this part. Understood, my children? First we had to complete this part. After that only we go to this part. That is radian measure is equal to, we write that formula, pi by 180 into degree measure. So here degree measure means the entire angle must be in degrees, not in minutes and seconds. If so, they are in the minutes and seconds, we have to convert into degrees only. Understood this point, my children? Remember this point, my children? Well, okay, my children? Right. That is equal to pi by 180 into, what is the degree measure of this angle? Minus 95 by 2. So minus 95 by 2 into minus 95 by 2 radians. Now, understood this step, my children? That is equal to, by simplifying these numbers, we get minus 19 pi by 72 radians. So the given angle in degree measure is minus 47 degrees 30 minutes. The same angle in radians is minus 19 pi by 72 radians. Understood, my children? Right. In this question number 1, 2 more sums are there. Please try the remaining 2 sums. Will you do that remaining 2 sums, my dear children? Please follow these steps to solve the remaining 2 sums. Okay, my dear children? Right. Okay, my dear children, in the first Roman, in this video, in the first Roman, 2 questions were explained. How to convert degree measures into radian measure. Okay. Will you do the remaining sums? Will you try the remaining 2 sums in this Roman number 1? Percy, Ria, Mahima, Samuel, Nikhil, Vinisha. Please try the remaining 2 sums in this first Roman. Okay. If you have any doubts, ask your doubts and get your doubts clarified. Okay. Now come to the second Roman, second question. Please watch the video, my dear children. Now come to the page number 55. Page number 55. Question number 2. Question number 2. In this Roman, there are 4 questions. In this Roman number 2, there are 4 questions. Here, I have taken the first question. In this Roman, first question. Find the degree measure corresponding to radian measure 11 by 16. Here, an angle is given in the radian measure 11 by 16 radians. Okay, my dear children. When you are converting this angle into degree measure, they have given an hint. What is this hint? Use pi is equal to 22 by 7. We have to use when you are getting pi. Wherever you are getting pi, we have to write 22 by 7. Understood this question, my dear children? Right. Now, come to the solution part. Given radian measure is equal to 11 by 16 radians. This angle is 11 by 16 radians. You know, Do you remember the formula, my dear children? If the radian measure is given, then what is the formula to get degree measure? Yes, degree measure is equal to 180 by pi into radian measure. We have discussed this formula yesterday. Okay, my children, do you remember this formula? Right. This is a suitable formula to write the given angle in the degree measure. Okay, my children. Right. That is equal to 180 by pi into what is the given radian measure 11 by 16 degrees. We have to give this symbol degrees. This entire angle converted into degrees. Okay, my children. Now 180 by pi is there. So in the denominator pi is there. What is here? Pi means 22 by 7. We have to take pi is equal to 22 by 7. So it comes reverse. 7 by 22 into 180. Understood this part, my dear children? Right. Into 11 by 16 degrees. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. That is equal to, after cancellation, we get in the numerator 315 by, in the denominator, we get 8 degrees, 315 by 8 degrees. But we don't stop by this step, my dear children. We have to convert to further, we have to go to further degree measure. In the degree measure, you know, degrees, minutes and seconds also there. So we have to converting further this angle into that units also. Therefore, if you observe this fraction, it is a improper fraction. We are converting into mixed fraction. Do you know how to convert an improper fraction into a mixed fraction? Right. So we get here 39 plus 3 by 8. This is the improper fraction we converted into mixed fraction. Degrees, 39 plus 3 by 8 degrees. It means 39 degrees plus 3 by 8 degrees. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. That is equal to 39 degrees plus 3 by 8 into 60 minutes. Here we converted this part into minutes because 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. Here 3 by 8 degrees are there. We converted into minutes. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. Understood this part, my dear children? Right. That is equal to 39 degrees plus, after simplifying these numbers, what will you get here? 45 by 2 minutes. 45 by 2 minutes. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. Again, if you observe this one, it is an improper fraction. Again, we have to convert into mixed fraction. Okay, my dear children? Right. That is equal to 39 degrees plus, we get here 22 plus 1 by 2. If you convert this improper fraction into mixed fraction, 22 plus 1 by 2 minutes. Understood this part, my dear children? Right. That is equal to 39 degrees plus 22 minutes plus 1 by 2 minutes. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. That is equal to 39 degrees plus 22 minutes plus, here we are converting this minutes into seconds. How many seconds make 1 minute? 60 seconds. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds in the degree measure. Do you remember these points, my dear children? Right. That is equal to 1 by 2 into 60 seconds. Here we converted this part into seconds. Okay, my dear children? Right. That is equal to 39 degrees plus 22 minutes plus, by simplifying these numbers, what will you get here? 30. So 30 seconds. We have converted into minute units also in the degree measure. Degrees, minutes and seconds. So we can write this entire angle like this: 39 degrees, 22 minutes, 30 seconds. Understood, my dear children? Right. Understood this question number 2, my dear children? How to convert a radian measure into degree measure. Okay. Okay, my dear children. Percy, Ria, Mahima, Samuel, Nikhil, Vinisha, Catherine, Benjamin, Jose, Rexlin. Yes. Can we go to the next question? Next question means only numerical values are changed, nothing else, nothing special. Only numerical values will be changed. We follow the same steps. Okay. Please watch the next question also. Now come to the Roman number 2, second question. Roman number 2, second question. Find the degree measure corresponding to the radian measure -4. Here angle is given in the radian measure. What is the measurement of the angle? -4 radians. Here we have to use pi is equal to 22/7 when you are converting this radian measure into degree measure. Understood this question, my dear children? Right. Come to the solution part. Given radian measure is equal to -4 radians. This is a given angle in the radian measure, -4 radians. Do you remember this formula? Therefore, degree measure is equal to 180 by pi into radian measure. Yesterday we have discussed this formula. Please remember this point, my dear children. Remember this formula, my dear children. Okay, in this formula we substitute radian measure. Okay, my dear children. Right, that is equal to 180 by pi into what is the radian measure here? -4 radians. Converted automatically into degrees. Okay, my dear children, understood this step? Right, that is equal to, we have written the minus sign. By multiplying these two numbers we get finally minus sign. So minus of 1 by pi is there, so we can write 7/22 into 180 into 4 degrees. Understood this part, my dear children? Right, we are following the same steps as we followed for the question number 1 in this Roman number 2. Okay, my children, please remember these steps, my children. Right, that is equal to minus, by simplifying these three numbers we get 2520 by 11 degrees. Okay, my children, understood this step? Right, that is equal to minus of, if you observe this fraction, it is an improper fraction. So here also we have to convert this improper fraction into mixed fraction. Then we get 229 plus 1 by 11 degrees. Understood this part, my children? Right, that is equal to minus of 229 degrees plus 1 by 11 degrees. Here again we convert this degrees into minutes, after that into seconds also. Okay, my children, because there are very smaller units in the degree measure. Okay, my children? Right. That is equal to minus of 229 degrees plus 1 by 11 into 60 minutes. Here we converted this part into minutes because 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. 1 by 11 degrees is converted into minutes. Okay, my children, to this part. Right. That is equal to minus of 229 degrees plus, what we will get here? Simplifying these numbers, 60 by 11 minutes. Understood this step, my children? Right. That is equal to minus of 229 degrees plus, again it is a improper fraction. We have to convert it into a mixed fraction. Then we get 5 plus 5 by 11 minutes. Understood this part, my children? We converted this proper fraction into mixed fraction. Okay, my children? Right. That is equal to minus of 229 degrees plus 5 minutes plus 5 by 11 minutes. Understood this step, my children? Right. That is equal to minus of 229 degrees plus 5 minutes plus here we are converting this minutes into seconds. Okay, my children. So 511 into 60 seconds because 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So we have converted these units, smaller units into seconds. Understood this part, my children? Right. That is equal to minus of 229 degrees plus 5 minutes plus 27 seconds approximately because we are not writing decimal points here. That is why we have taken an approximate value. Understood this, my children? Right. That is equal to minus 229 degrees, 5 minutes, 27 seconds approximately. Understood, my children? Right. Now come to the question number 3. Question number 3.
Okay, my dear children, question number 2. Question number 2. Understood? Percy, Ria? Yes. Now, let us go to the next question, that is question number 3. Please watch this question number 3 also. Please watch this video also. Question number 3.
Wheel makes 360 revolutions in 1 minute. A wheel makes 360 revolutions 1 minute. Through how many radians does it turn in 1 second? Understood the question, my dear children? We have to find the angle made by the wheel in 1 second in radian measure. Understood the question, my dear children? Right. Come to the solution part. Number of revolutions of a wheel in 1 minute is equal to 360. I wrote this sentence in the form of an equation. I wrote this step. Understood this step, my dear children? Right. This implies what is meant by 1 minute? How many seconds? How many seconds make 1 minute? 60 seconds. Therefore, number of revolutions of the wheel in 60 seconds is equal to 360. Both mean the same only. Understood this step, my children? Right. So in 60 seconds, the wheel makes 360 revolutions. Now let us find how many revolutions made by the wheel in 1 second. Therefore, number of revolutions of the wheel in 1 second is equal to 360 by 60. That is equal to 6. Understood this step, my children? It means the wheel rotates completely 6 times in 1 second. Understood this step, my children? Right. The angle made by the wheel in one revolution is equal to 2 radians or 360 degrees. In the concepts we have discussed, one revolution is equal to 2 radians or 360 degrees. Understood this step, my children? Right. Therefore, the angle made by the wheel in 6 revolutions is equal to 2 pi into 6. That is equal to radians. Understood, my children? Right.
Okay, my dear children, we watched the videos completely. Now, prepare the classwork notes by yourself. Okay, I will post these videos in the classroom. Try to prepare the class by yourself. Okay, my dear children. Now the time is 3 past 16 minutes. Now you can leave the meeting. Take rest. Take care of your health, my dear children. Stay at home. Stay safe. Use mask. Sanitize your hands frequently. maintain social distance of 2 meters from others and do your work sincerely and seriously. Thank you all. Thank you all. What, my dear Vinisha and Benjamin? Still you are online? Vinisha? Vinisha, are you there online or simply turned on and you went somewhere?